A New Hope, Nier Chapter 165 Fan Fiction by Azazyel. Please subscribe to this YouTube channel for listening and patreon.com/Azazyel to read all of his stories. As I stood before Morgott the Fell Omen, the guardian of the Erd Tree, I honestly felt respect for the man. The cursed abomination that had been scorned by the Golden Order, yet Morgott still was loyal to the system that mistreated him so badly. But that didn't change our current reality. I couldn't and wouldn't bother insulting him by trying to talk him down. Morgott had fought Radahn, Malenia, and all the other demi-gods with their powers repressed to not destroy the capital, and I would treat him with the same respect as I flourished my sword Virtuous Contract. In an instant, the Fell Omen threw a dagger of compressed light at me, and I smiled as heavy dark shadows raised up from my feet and absorbed the daggers of light while I ran forward towards the guardian of the Erd Tree. "You aren't ready for me, whelp," Morgott yelled as his large curved greatsword slashed at me at high speed, and in turn I slid under the blade, and as he backed up to bring his blade back into the optimal length, I threw a quick handful of lightning into his face, making him stagger and allow me to slash him across his thick scale-covered legs. His omen scales and flesh is fucking harder than Lanciax's dragon scales, I thought with annoyance as my hand stung with the ringing feeling of the blow being reflected back toward myself. So I rolled away as Morgott slammed a massive conjured hammer of holy light onto my place, and as I came up I waved my hand, making the ground rumble as a thick sharp spire of stone shot up from the platform towards Morgott's chest. But showing his great strength, or just the mystery of his large greatsword, Morgott slashed through the spire of stone that sought to impale him. I flexed my aura as I pulled at my semblance as the spire of stone obscured our sight of one another, and then I dashed forward through a portal that opened in front of me that reflected just behind Morgott, and he howled as my sword sunk deep into his shoulder before I grunted as my sword hit a bone and could go no further. "Fucking, how gods be damned durable are you?" I cursed incredulously before he bucked me off, and my vision went dull as his tail swung at me from out of nowhere, and I was slapped across the arena with my form skipping across the magically reinforced platform, with my form smashing into the guard rail on the edge, with my body bouncing back off the stone barrier with a groan. But with my aura, and my newly reinforced body from all the runes and the greater runes within my body, I was just a bit shaken from being bodied so hard. I stood up without issue and gazed at Morgott, who shook his injured shoulder slightly, and my lips pursed at seeing the wound quickly healing up. You remind me of Malenia's level of talent. So young, yet standing up to actual demigods and making them bleed." Morgott shook his head with amusement, crossing his old mutated face as he continued. "I am sure that you would have killed Horalu back in the old days and took his place as Queen Marika's consort. Maybe things could have changed if you were her consort," he mused at the end before refocusing on me. And then without another word he dashed at me in a blur of speed as he came down on me with his curved greatsword swinging to cut in half from shoulder to waist, and as I dodged that I conjured a portal in front of myself as he stabbed forward with a large lance of holy light, and I smiled as his lance went through the portal and burst from his own chest as I made the portal appear from behind himself. I stepped forward, and with a small hop into the air I grabbed Morgott by his misshapen horns atop his head, and then I slammed myself and Morgott with gravity magic as I brought my knee into his face with a grunt of effort as gunshot-like cracking noise rang out from the point of impact at the force from the blow. And as I came down in the air I saw his dull eyes tracking me instinctively, and I shot a powerful gale out from my feet and my back as I met his sword in mid-air and parried it, allowing me to punch Morgott in the face with my fist encased in the power of my darkness guardian, which sent him reeling back several meters. As I landed on my feet, I gave Morgott a look of disgust as I could see the beach ball-sized hole he had created in his own chest with the lance was visibly healing. So I took a breath and spoke with some annoyance. "You are physically stronger than me. You have stupid as hell regeneration to the point that burning you with magma or lightning won't even work. So I am sorry, I can't hold back and keep this platform here." The floor of the platform became utter darkness as I awakened my full connection with my guardian, but instead of having my guardian take to the field and become a kaiju and smash Morgott, I did the Malenia strat. Morgott staggered as glowing blue lines crossed the exposed pieces of his body, and I spoke out. "Malenia may the destroyer of this world. But I bear the perfected form of a cancer that destroyed solar systems." Morgott groaned and he began ripping the flesh from his bones with his clawed hands. The Phazon-infected flesh bubbled and was torn out. But it didn't matter, even as Morgott's great rune of vitality went to work as he burned himself in blood fire to boil away the Phazon in his body. I had already won, my corruption was already inside his mind and soul as I could feel it with my semblance. And as my Phazon corrupted his body, tearing through his organs and the framework of his soul at my direction, I walked through another portal, and as I fell out of the portal a crackle of ear-popping light roared out. as I conjured up more than half my remaining magical energy to enhance my sword with lightning energy, and then with a solemn cracking noise my falling blade slammed home into his neck. And the lightning-infused sword finally cut to his core as the omen and great rune-enhanced body of the Fell Omen gave way to the power of my sword, and as my sword left his neck the lightning cut off with a soft thudding noise ringing out as Morgott's head fell to the ground.